Hey gamers, today we're going to look at Riverboat. Let's check it out. Setup for the game is very simple. You're going to put these little white workers, one in each window here. You're going to shuffle this deck of cards, deal 4 out here, shuffle this deck of cards, bring out these tiles 1 through 5 to somewhere on the board. You have your coins, your storage houses, your whales over to the side. You're going to have piles of the 1s, 2s, and 3 types of crop here. You're going to deal out those on the board where the pre-printed areas are. Each player is going to have their own little player board. They're going to have this little harbor master. He will start somewhere on the dock. If you have 2, 3, or 4 players, he'll start certain areas in the game. First player will start with this. Everyone starts with 2 greens. They're going to have 12 of these white workers. They're also going to have one of these little markers when they make it around the board once or twice or 3 times even. And they'll start with this guy right here on the 0. And then you are ready to play. Ready to set this up here. Also, I should mention you're going to deal out one of these harbor tokens, 1 on each side. I have them all stacked here, but you're actually going to put out 1 for each round on those harbor areas. Now, starting with the first player and going around, they're each going to pick any one of these tiles to start off with. This is like a draft here. And it doesn't have to be the first one. Like first player can go, I want this one. And then second player goes, I'll take this one. And then third player goes, I want this one. And fourth player goes, I'll take this one. The first player goes, okay, I get to go again, I take this one then. All right? So first player is always getting more. Or, you know, if there's 3 players, then the first, player number 1 and 2 are getting these, and player number 3 is just getting 1 action. The thing is, though, every round, this player marker will move around, so everyone will get a chance to get more tiles than the other person. And then, starting with the Roman numeral 1, you'll start in the order of play. Now, what this does is whoever has this card, whoever has this tile and starts off, they get the extra worker from the window here and added to their area, which basically just gives them more options in the future. And then what you're going to be doing is shuffling this deck and dealing out 8 cards. And everyone at the same time is going to be putting workers in those areas. Now, if you don't know the colors here, they do have some icons here, like the hearts, clubs, diamonds, spades. Card actions there too, so if you can't read these because these colors look very similar. I should mention that each one of the player boards, the colored areas are always different, so each player board is different too. But you'll look at this and all the players will decide where they want to put someone in this brown area, and so another player, maybe their brown areas are here or whatnot. But once everyone does it, that's fine. Now, you keep doing that until you get to 8. Now, you may get one of these, which means, hey, you can place one anywhere. Or it may say, hey, you got to place one in the white area or the spade area right there. I should also mention if you don't want to place in the area, you can pay a coin. And I should say that everyone starts with 3 coins. So you start with 3 coins. You can pay a coin and then place your guy not in a white, but anywhere else you want. Maybe you want to place them together, and you do kind of want to place them together like that. I'll explain why in a minute. But once you get through the 8 cards, there should be probably 8 workers on there, and then you're ready to move to round 2. Now, in round 2, whoever has this tile, they're going to get a coin and go first. And what this is now you're picking, and let's say I had a few more people on areas on the board, like so, and you're going to be picking crop and putting land underneath some of these people to put them in certain spaces. So, for instance, if I want to grab one of these 3, I'd have to grab 3 of that same type on my area board. So I couldn't grab 3 here. I couldn't grab these 3 because they're not together. There's only 2 here, but these 3 are together. So showing these 3, I'll say, let me take this one here. And I can orient it wherever I want. I'm going to place them on top of those spaces there. Now, if I grab a 3 square place, I get 2 victory points. If I take a 2 square place, I get 1 victory point. And if I was just replacing this guy, he's a lonely island there, and I just maybe got this turnip field there to put him underneath, that's worth 0 points. But you can do this as many times as you want and build land up underneath them, because that is important for the next round. Now, again, just any bonus action here, for 1 coin, if you don't like any of the doubles or singles, you can dig through the stack for 1 coin and pick the one you want. You can't do that to 3s, but you can do it to 1s and 2s. That's what will cost you a coin in the second round. Now, once you're done with that, then we go to the third round. The third round is where we're going to purchase boats. Whoever has this tile will move their harbor master up 1 on their player board. So I would go up like so. In this case, you see each round we're getting 2, 2, 2, and then finally up to 3 boats if we can purchase them. And what that means is you want people on the same field area. So let me give an example here real quick. Let's say that I wanted to take I have 1, 2, 3, 4 guys on pumpkins. Now, they don't have to be connected. As you see, this guy is not connected with these. That means if I remove them all from my player board, all from one crop, they don't have to be touching, but all from one crop, so that's a 4. That's a power of 4. Then I could grab this 4 tile here and dock that boat right here on my dock. As you see, it matches up. I'd also get the reward printed in the left-hand side of it. Now, in this case, it's a storehouse. Just to kind of tell you how the storehouse works, I can put the storehouse down anywhere, and wherever you do, you want to surround it by the same type of good, because whenever you go to score it, and I'll talk about scoring things in a minute, each same type good that's around the storehouse, not counting the one that's on it, but ones that are adjacent to it, earn 2 victory points each. Now, there's another thing you can get. So if you get a 6 or 7, it says whale. You can get one of these whale here, and what whales are, it will score you 1 victory point for each contiguous garden you have. So for instance, let's say I had this extra pumpkin here and these were all together. If I actually scored this well, I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But if this one was way over here and not connected to this field, I'd only get 4 victory points. So that's how whales and storehouses work in the game. You can get those depending on what type of ship you got. You can get additional green men. Some of these actions will let you take 1, 2, or 3 of your white players off your board here and place them in Orleans according to your color. So, you know, red, black, blue, orange would go in each one of those. This is for in-game points here. Other things may move your harbor master up, may give you victory points, may give you coin, you know, could give you anything. So you'll be moving your harbor master up or getting additional coin or whatever by doing that. Now, the bonus action here says, hey, if you pay 1 coin, then one of these tiles that haven't come out yet, you know, because we're only putting 1 of each ship in every round. If you want to buy one of those for the next, you know, for this round, go ahead and pay a coin and you can grab another one of that type ship if you wanted to. And a lot of coin are going to be spent on that one. Once action 3 is done, you'll go to action 4. Action 4, starting with the first player. First player gets 1 victory point. That means the person who has this tile, and then they get to pick first. They get to pick one of these 4 scores here. And there are different ways of scoring the game, and so I'll just pick one of them. But I also get the reward printed in the top left-hand corner, a coin, placing a worker in Orleans, getting another green worker, or moving my harbor master up 2 more spaces. So whichever one I take, I pull over here. We all get 1, so after everyone has drafted 1, that's it. If you pay a coin, you can just grab one from the top of the deck if you don't want any of those, and just go with it. That's what you can do for that. Then we go to round 5. Whoever has this tile will go first, and they got a choice. They can put a character in Orleans, they can move their harbor master 1, or they can get a coin. When they decide that, you can activate using your workers, at least 2 workers and green workers in each round, except for the 4th round. You can get, just like ships, you can activate 3 in-game tiles, and you can be activating storehouses and whales as well. So for instance, I could, let's say that I got that storehouse from earlier and put it here. If I wanted to go ahead and say, you know what, I don't think I'm going to get another pumpkin here, I'm going to score this one. So I put it there, and I'm going to get 2, 4, 6 points for scoring that. And this one maybe. This one says, hey, or maybe I probably would have taken this one here. It says, hey, I get 1 victory point for every pumpkin that's in my area. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's worth 5 victory points, but the max would be 15. Now, do I get to count this again, score this again? No, once I score it, it's done. But I don't have to score it this round. I can maybe wait for another round and score it later. I just have something to build for in future rounds. Either way, you place 1 or 2 green workers out there, score them, and then after that, any green workers you have that are actively sitting on a scorecard or a whale or storehouse will count as 1 victory point, and any workers you have in Orleans will count as 1 victory point each. So I would have 2 additional points there. I'm black, so I'd be over here actually. I have had 2 more additional points there if I was there, and that'd be at the end of each round. Now once that's done, then the first player token goes to the next player. We put these all out again, and we do another whole draft, and we do the rounds over and over and over again until we get to the end of the 4th round. At the end of the 4th round, what you're going to be doing is you're going to be adding up any victory points you have. You also get in-game victory points for wherever your harbor master is. You'll score the ships where he's at. For instance, I didn't quite make it to this other dock here in this example here, so I wouldn't score those 4 points, but I could score these 10 here. However, if I'm not the furthest along in my track, and that's what this means here, whoever's the furthest along in their track will score the 4 points. Anyone else who's not furthest along, let's say there's another player who's at 16, well then I only get half of these points. So instead of 10, I'd only get 5 victory points. Anyway, you add up all your victory points, and then of course victory points for who's in Orleans. The number 1 player gets 20 points, second place gets 10, third place gets 5. Of course, if there's a tie, you would split those points. You're also going to get 7 victory points if you cover up all the colors of one of your spaces here on the board. So if I covered up all these brown, I get 7. If I covered up all those whites too, I get another 7 points. You're going to score 2 additional points for any unused green or barns or wells in your area. If they were unused, meaning not scored, you'll get 2 victory points each. You're also going to get a victory point for any coin that you have left over, and all of this is explained right here at the bottom of the board. And whoever has the most victory points wins. Final thoughts. What do you think about the game? Wow. This is another game that I have been looking at for well over a year, and I keep going, do I want it? Do I not? I don't know. I finally bit the bullet on it, and I'm so happy I did. Man, this game. Simple actions. Simple actions, big decisions. Big decisions. Where you're going first and around matters. And honestly, every single one of those tiles, you want. You want to be first because you want to be the first one in round 1 because you need that extra white worker. Man, that extra white worker means, you think, oh, that's not that good. And then we realize very quickly, that is a really good one to get. The other one about grabbing those garden tiles, yeah. I took that one a lot because I had some garden tiles. I really wanted that 3 or that 2 or something, or that 1. There was only 1 pumpkin and I needed pumpkins or whatnot. So that's very important. Going on the third one, picking ships. I did that one a whole lot, A, because it moved your harbor master. And I'm just obsessed with trying to move my harbor master as far to the right as I can. But also, you want to get those ships. There aren't that many. And you want to be the first one to claim them, so that's very important. And then the 4th round is very important because you want to grab that bonus card you want with that bonus action. So these are all very important. And probably the least important is the 5th one. Usually that's the one that that got picked last. But that's why it gives you more flexibility. Like, hey, you can take any one of these 3 rewards. Your call. So whatever you need at that time, you can get. So it gives you flexibility to get the last one. And the 5th one, like I said, you don't fight over that one. Usually that was the one that always stayed open. But it's nice to have that, choice, those choices available to you so you can maneuver and, kind of dictate and kind of your destiny in this game. It's really smart. Doing the actions are very simple. Building your player board, like I said, I was killing it in Orleans. And I was like, I'm going to get 20 victory points. I'm going to whoop these people because I was up by 10. And so I went up by 20 points. I was like, ha! But he had covered 2 colored areas on his board. And that gave him 14 instant points. And then he was able to score a few more and came very close to beating me at the end. Oh, he had coins too. He had like 4 coins. So he had 18. So it was like a 2-point spread. I was like, I went from having a 20-point lead to a 2-point lead. Just like that. Just because of all the extra bonuses he had. I love that about this game. I love that about this game. This is an excellent game. Really, it's pretty cheap to get too online. So you can get you a nice copy of this. Get you some Riverboat, man. It's excellent. All right, gamers. That's it for now. Until next time, game on!